4chan is an interesting place. A place where people can post fully anonymously various experiences, including those of the more creepy persuasion. Today, I have found a few stories which were bone-chilling to the original poster. Take everything you hear on the internet with a grain of salt. And with that, sit back, grip your seats, and enjoy. My ex's father was a Satanist who practiced strange stuff in her basement. I wasn't aware of this. About 4 years ago, my ex and her cousin were playing hide-and-go-seek in her basement. It was late and it got really dark down there, so we had to turn the lights on. Her basement was pretty big. We took turns being it. It was my turn. I counted to 20 and they hid. After I got done counting, I then proceeded to look for them, searching for them. I could feel them close. I could feel their presence close. Continued to look. Quickly, they both ran up the stairs as fast as they could. They turned off the lights and shut the door. I was freaking out. I ran. I felt someone's hand grab my left ankle. I quickly jerked my leg, freeing myself from whatever it was. Ran up the stairs and banged on the door till they opened it. They were laughing hysterically. I then proceeded to tell them what happened. They then told me that her father used to practice Satanism stuff in her basement. She said she was a witch, but that she only used her powers for good. A year afterwards, we broke up. Hey X, I usually don't come to this board. I am a normal on/his and /Psy, and I'm typically not a superstitious guy. But some of the most recent shit that's been happening has been freaking me the fuck out. And I was hoping X could inform me, since this would be considered shitposting on the boards I typically use. Anyways. Have chickens in chicken coop to the side of my house. Put them in before it gets dark every single night. Shit is normal for like a few months. Then weird things begin happening. Chickens hesitate or full out refuse to leave their cage to walk around during daytime. If they do leave, they stay incredibly close to the coops and cage. Don't know if that means anything. A few nights ago this week, a neighbor down the street walking by at 9 o'clock. He's usually pretty tipsy and walks his dog at this time. His wife heckles him not to. He says he hears weird-ass cooing noises and movement behind my house. My house is on a fucking hill, so it had to be loud. I disregard it when he tells me. Think he was just drunk. He shows me a fucking recorded video. Weirdest owl/cooing screeching noise I've ever heard. Slightly eerie. We usually only get coyotes or bears, but never seen them in the area. Roll 2 tonight. Over another neighbor's house. He's a friend. Walk home through a few yards, sober, to mine. Past the chicken coop. Hear rustling. If it is a coyote, I reason that shit is scared of me. I'm a reasonably fit guy, too. Walking to garage door on opposite side. It's following me. I hear footsteps, I sprint, and run inside. Help me, X. What could this be? And I usually lurk, so sorry for the Reddit tier rhetoric in this post, but I'm actually kinda freaked out. Shadow entity stories. Had a recurring experience with one a long time ago. Be me. 9 p.m. browsing/B. See shadow entity manifest in corner of closet. Become paralyzed for a good 5 minutes. I wake up later with half of my body in the closet. It's fucking 3 a.m. Get back into bed. Everything's normal. Then every few days for a few weeks, In bed. See this thing that latched onto me. Pray I'm alive. Feel tension build. Fuck this.avi. Close eyes and curl into a ball. Peace.jpg. Hasn't happened since then. Except I had a paralyzing experience tonight. Different entity told it to fuck off. It only happened to me when I was really young, about 4. And then another time when I was 11. I'll tell my 4-year-old experience. 4 years old. Living life fullest playing Bionicles. Brother keeps staying home from school. He's 15 years old. Ask him what's wrong. He has the chickenpox. Anon, you should stay away from him for a while. Get bad. I like my brother, bitch. Walk into his room demanding to play Legos. 5 days later, I start breaking out in chickenpox. Pretty sure if you're 4 with the chickenpox, you should go to the hospital because you can die from it. Parents are idiots and just treat it like normal. Every night in bed, I would wake up and start seeing faces surrounding me. What the fuck? I would scream and scream, but I would be frozen in bed, lying on my back, only able to turn my head. There was this really creepy dark corner in my room, I remember. A black mass would always form at it. It was totally grim coming for me. Lasted about a week. Grim would always stare with red glowing eyes. He brought other shadows with him as the day passed. They laughed a lot. Anyways, it stopped because I got better, but whenever I sleep on my back, I can still get sleep paralysis. Hey X, I want to tell you about something that happened to me when I was very little. Be 4 years old, living in a very old house. My parents had just moved from Germany to New York because they were stationed there. Going to bed one night, with a nightlight on, I fall asleep. I wake up briefly and I'm not at all tired. In fact, I am strangely lucid. I open my eyes, see a series of silhouettes hovering over me. Pick related. I feel no fear, I feel nothing. I fall immediately back to sleep. The entire encounter lasted maybe 2 seconds. I never forget that moment. I never really thought deeply about it, but it's always lingered in the back of my mind throughout the years. It is one of my earliest memories, and I remember it more vividly than any other memory of that time in my life. I never felt fearful about it. I was randomly talking to my dad about the old house we used to live in. We moved out when I was 5. He says, "You know that house was haunted, right?" My mind immediately, almost instinctively, goes to that moment where I was 4. The silhouettes shapeless, staring. My entire body goes chill, and I feel a deep sense of dread. My dad continues, "Yeah, when we were leaving, the landlord told me, I didn't tell you because you were so young." He goes on to tell me he woke up 3 different times for a brief moment, 2 silhouettes hovering over him, staring. I had never told him about this moment. I had never considered it, but somehow, I didn't forget it. Is it possible that a psychological phenomena caused us to have the same dream? Or is this a personal evidence that I can have for myself? Hey X, so I'm going to tell you a story from a few years back. When I was 13, that still leaves me afraid to get in the shower. Be me, 13-year-old girl, always had paranormal shit happen throughout whole life. Not even afraid of spirits at this point. Live in a small, crappy trailer because parents are broke as hell. Roof is falling in, no heat or air. Everyone sleeps in the same room during winter and summer because it's too hot/cold. Good heater and air conditioner dedicated to one room. One day, showering. The knob on the shower kept falling off when hot was turned on. Parents had just replaced it. Small hole where part used to be located. Dad outside shooting because he's a country tard and we live in a secluded area. Brothers, mom, and sister all in the next room over. Bad feeling about this hole. Nearing the end of my shower. Still hear Dad shooting. Other family watching TV. Look through small hole. Expecting to just see abandoned bedroom. Green eye stares back. Flip my shit. Run out of the shower. Quickly wrap towel around me, tell my mother. Dad searches the house and around the property. No one there. We all go back in. He plugs up the hole with tar, and we all pretended it never happened. My face when no one in my family has green eyes.